This is Rockie Talk, Rockie Talk radio show. Right on.
We're going to try not to say and I'm going to try and keep my mouth closed when I'm not talking. Or a smile on there. So what's first on the agenda there, Rye? We're coming back with the second video. We need to cover some topics that we told you we were going to cover in the first video. And one of them...
What a week it was.
Yes, it was.
This past week, what a week it was. Well, how about we start with the Super Bowl?
Okay.
Yeah, I think we all expected, whether or not we explicitly said it, we had a feeling the Seahawks were going to take it home.
Yeah, they're a
right?
tough team to beat.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we all had that feeling. They came out and they played a, in my eyes, I mean, as flawless of a game as you can play. They were hot right from the start. I mean, the Pats D, held them to 4 field goals, and then they finally started putting the ball in the end zone for a couple touchdowns. But it was just the Seahawks all game long. Didn't seem like the Pats could really keep up.
And we were supporting the Pats. It's the
Patriots.
250th.
I mean, 250th
birthday of America, and
yeah,
they're the Patriots, right? And plus, who likes anything from Washington, Seattle?
Well, there is
killing me.
There was that one bourbon, Woodinville. It's good
Okay,
stuff.
all right.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
There you go.
Everything else.
And we'll go straight into the controversy, which is the halftime show. I don't think I've ever been as disappointed in my life for the NFL. Not for me, not for America, but for the NFL. You guys have sold out. I mean, here you have the biggest American championship game all year. Everybody's watching, and you use that as a moment to virtue signal. It's just disgusting to me.
Well, it was really overly political. Green Day, the changing of the lyrics, the condensed kind of nod to patriotism, right? And then the show itself, it was odd. It was just so odd. I felt like after the disaster that was the Grammys and Bad Bunny putting his political agenda ahead of God, and then at the Super Bowl casting people as bushes and doing a whole what seemed like a nod to Puerto Rican culture, and he's a U.S. citizen like the rest of us, but it just seemed a bit odd and a bit strange on America's 250th birthday to have what clearly seemed like a celebration of Puerto Rican culture, and it just seemed misguided.
Well, it's misplaced. I have no problem with you celebrating anything you want to celebrate.
Right.
Not at the halftime of one of the most beloved American pastime sports there is.
Football is so truly American.
I can't watch the halftime show because I don't speak Spanish. I don't understand any of the lyrics. I don't understand the artist.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be that way. It just shouldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a time and a place for everything. The halftime show is not the place that you want to virtue signal agricultural business with Puerto Ricans in the middle of a cornfield.
Oh, it's sugarcane, I believe.
Sugarcane. Even worse. So the product that they're producing will kill you. Well, there you go.
Well, I've had some tasty rums.
Well, real sugarcane is good for you. Well, not bad for you, but... All right, enough on that.
Well, before we jump off of that, we have to thank Turning Point USA and having an alternative halftime show that very much was truly American and did not push any sort of political agenda, and I appreciated that. It was American rock, it was country music, and they were there to sing. They were there to sing and have a good time and celebrate America, and that's what in my eyes it should have been.
And you know what? Why don't we give them a point of contrast? Here you go. And we're back.
And we're back.
Enough said. One looked truly authentic American, and another one was. It's okay. Like I said, on stage maybe as a play or some show on Broadway, that's fine. But not during the halftime of the Super Bowl. Come on.
You know, I was actually happy that I hadn't seen it until you.
Yeah,
forced me to watch it.
Yeah, we had to watch it. We didn't watch it live because we turned to Turning Point USA. Go, Erica. Keep it rocking, babe. But it was worse than I thought. You know, I was expecting him in a dress, but it was almost as bad. It really was. I mean, all right.
So the Grammys.
Yeah.
The Grammys, what a woke disaster.
Yeah, we love these people.
Yeah, a certified 12 out of 10 on the woke-o meter for me. You know, I think we can agree the only redeeming moment
and value to this thing.
Yeah, for us was Jelly Roll.
Go Jelly Roll! Woo! Love that guy.
Was Jelly Roll in beautiful fashion, standing up there and talking about his struggles and how Jesus saved him and helped him in his career and his pursuits with music and in life, and
God, I love you, Jesus.
and how Jesus there are no political lines, there are no labels. You know, Jesus is God, is available for anyone and everyone, and it was just a true, honest moment that was in stark contrast to, again, a lot of privileged people pushing their political agenda. You know, it almost seemed like them winning a Grammy was dependent upon
how woke they were going to be.
Yeah, saying something about ICE and the protest and
oh, Billy. Billy.
Billy shot himself in the foot hard. So hard.
That's a reference to Caddyshack, by the way. No reference to. But Billie Eilish, sweetie,
man,
wish you had a little bit more world experience. You know, just do, because you're catching a lot of feedback right now that you wish you weren't getting, but
We
it's
opened up
deserved
a-
because you opened up your mouth.
Yeah, she opened up a whole can of worms.
Yeah. Show me a land that's not stolen or conquered or, I mean,
Well, again, it's she's not using the right word. No land is stolen. It's either conquered, settled, or purchased. What she said was just plain and simple. It was just historically inaccurate. There's been tribal feuding for all of history. The Native Americans here in this country, they fought each other. It was self-determination. If you can win the land and you believe you can win the land, then you go and you win it. You conquer it. You take it, right? And
your legs are shaking the mic.
And even
Okay.
better.
It was just the mic was shaking. And I didn't want, we're professionals here. We don't like things that are off and shaking or doing any of that kind of stuff. Plus, I get an opportunity to criticize them. And I never miss an opportunity to jump on top of Ryan for whatever. Doesn't matter.
Okay, you seem a little jittery. Is it that cough you got going on?
What?
Huh?
It's gone. What do you? Oh, you see now you've done it, man. It's
You
gonna
sound
come.
a little. You sound a little.
I am. I have a cold, and it's not because of anything. It's truly because of a cold. Because I'm a good boy. I wouldn't do anything.
Take your vitamins.
I do.
Yeah, well, so in terms of the Grammys, it just obviously there were people there that I don't want to group everybody into that same category like they seem to like to do about ICE agents, but there were a number of people, obviously Olivia Dean, Billie Eilish, Bad Bunny, that made these very generalized, sweeping statements sharing their thoughts and feelings about something that we all agree on, which is immigration is good. No one's saying that immigration is bad. What we have a problem with is, and we take an issue with, is when there's rhetoric that speaks to dissolving borders or not having borders or treating illegal immigrants as if they are legal immigrants and giving them all of the benefits and freedoms and rights that people born in this country have and we fought so hard for, and even people that have immigrated here, whether that be from Mexico, Cuba, Eastern Europe, it doesn't matter, South America, that have come here, it's disrespectful to those people more than anyone else, even people born in this country.
Yeah. The point is, wait in line, do it the right way. All are welcome. You jump the line. You disrespect all of the effort that all of these people made to become citizens, and you expect to be treated the same. It doesn't work.
Well,
Right?
the comment I have the most take the most sort of issue with is, I believe Olivia Dean said something like, went on a rant about her grandparents or family or parents being immigrants, and it's sort of laughable because yes, all of our parents, grandparents were in some form immigrants. My great-grandparents came through Ellis Island with 12 plus million other people, and they did it legally. So I don't understand. I don't understand why we take so many people are taking an issue with sort of enforcing basic immigration. Now, we step into Minneapolis, and I understand the situation with Alex Preddy and with Renee Good and their deaths, and I think we can all agree and sympathize that any death, regardless of how it happened, especially when it's an American citizen, is tragic. And we can discuss the finer details and nature
With
of
anybody.
what we believe. Right.
Anybody dies. So we're going to say a little quick prayer for them and their families. Please, through this difficult time, make it through. And let God and Jesus light the way for you in the future. But you go poking the bear in the eye with a knife, you're going to get mauled. I'm just telling you, you play with the bear, you're going to get bitten. And showing up to a protest with a firearm and resisting arrest and fighting with cops. I'm not saying anything's justified here. I'm just saying it doesn't lead to good outcomes. Let's put it that way, as we saw. But
right, I think when we can sort of draw the camera back and look at it at a with a wider lens, right? This initial issue started with the unfettered, unchecked immigration under the previous administration by the millions, and then we saw obviously these situations that unfolded with robberies and deaths and rapes and killings with illegal immigrants, and that obviously raised the attention level surrounding all of this. And then with the Somali fraud, and in addition to all of that, when you have mayors and governors emboldening you in the way that they're speaking to you about almost encouraging you to defy law enforcement, encouraging you to go out and not peacefully protest.
keep going. I gotta get water.
Not peacefully protest, but embolden them to a point to where they're putting themselves in the line of fire, in the line of danger. And these ICE agents they go through a rigorous training process. And like any law enforcement officer, when you have to make a decision in a moment that is life or death, whether you're making a decision and that decision protects another life or it protects your own life, I give it up to them because I wouldn't want to have that responsibility. And to have to make a decision in the moment like that is a very difficult thing to do. Again, the finer details of that and whether or not you or I or somebody else feels like that was the right action that should have been taken, that can be up for debate. But what we clearly saw was we saw people that were making a choice to defy law enforcement, to interfere with federally sanctioned operations. And ICE is nothing new. This ICE was established in bipartisan fashion with a vote through Congress, right? Any powers that are not given to the states are absorbed and enumerated to the federal government. This is not some new grand idea when it comes to immigration enforcement. Conservatives, Democrats, liberals, Republicans, we all agree that the border should be enforced, immigration law should be enforced, and we should have these things in place. If we want to talk about minor reforms, we can talk about that and how certain individuals and agents reacted, and if it goes to court and they deem that these actions were inappropriate, then I hope that's why we have the justice system to evaluate these things and make an educated decision based on the evidence. But what we're seeing in Minneapolis is not organic, right?
No, they're paid protesters. Plain and simple. You're getting paid to show up, agitate, create chaos, cause problems for law enforcement to round up bad guys. I'm quick and to the point on this one, and there's no sugarcoating it. They got hired. They're doing their job. They're there to round up the bad guys. If you're an illegal that happens to be in the same home as a gangbanger that's getting arrested, and you can't prove citizenship, you may have a problem. You may have a problem.
Well, and again,
but there are no American citizens being deported. There is no such thing as concentration camps. I mean, you want to see what concentration camps are? Check this out. And back from that.
One of the things that I found to be, it definitely made me laugh because I think it highlights and there's nothing. I'm not saying there's anything funny about what's going on in Minneapolis, but the juxtaposition of some of these things that highlights the glaring hypocrisy of some of these people that are on the left. When it comes to like Minneapolis, they had some local people in a neighborhood. I don't know if you saw this, that set up a makeshift blockade at an intersection.
Yeah, with garbage cans and whatever they could throw up, and
right, and signs, and we're checking people's plates, and which
reminiscent of the chop. Remember that? That worked out really well, didn't it?
Well, it's what it highlights is so many there's so many different examples of, right, like Billie Eilish and saying there's no one is illegal on stolen land, and then going back to her multi-million-dollar mansion behind, gates and fences and walls, and these people setting up a roadblock and checking people and making sure that they're only letting the people that they want into their neighborhood, which is exactly how a border functions. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. The hypocrisy is glaring, and then they're out in the streets and they're hyperbolizing these things that are happening, and it makes you wonder, right? There has to be some sort of agenda to what's going on outside of the true cause that they say that they're fighting for.
Yeah, and you really want ICE to go away? Okay, yeah, until an MS-13 gang member is coming down the street and trying to break into your house, then you really want ICE on your side.
Well, it's,
Jesus.
We've got it being funded by Act Blue and funded by the Democratic Socialists of America, who are out there just to remind you socialism is good for you as long as it's democratic. I mean,
socialism is wonderful until you run out of other people's money.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's wonderful. Free stuff. Woo! Free busing. Free daycare. But who's picking up the trash when the snow falls? I saw those pictures.
Yeah, they're having a problem.
Can't even clear the streets of snow. And the garbage, that's on backlog. But that's a second priority. We've got to make sure that illegal.
I think I'm out of my mind. This beat is twisting my brain. This beat is twisting my brain. I think I'm going insane. I think I'm out of my mind. 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 I think I'm going insane. This beat is twisting my brain.